Hi guys, this is Navdeep Singh Jitla. Thank you for clicking this thumbnail. I'm an immigration law researcher. I study cases of immigration and we try to learn from it. Okay, let's see what happened in this case. It's a very important case of student visa refusal. The student visa got refused twice in this case, and then let's try to learn here. Yeah. So the applicant is from China. Her name is A. Min Wang. So Miss Wang made 2 unsuccessful applications to enter Canada as a student. She is 19 years of age and seems to have a good student in China. Please keep in mind she was a very good student in China. So Miss Wang is presently living with her parents. They are retired. Her only sibling is a sister, again Miss Wang, who lives in Burnaby. It's a city in British Columbia, Canada, in a common law relationship with Martin. Okay, and these both, her sister and her husband, have generously agreed to financially support the applicant during her Canadian studies and have provided her with 22,000 Canadian dollars to the end. Yeah, so basically the applicant's parents are retired. They might not have any income, but her sister in Canada and sister and her husband, they are agreed to pay support or fund his education in Canada, and this is the case here. Okay, so the applicant's first request for a student visa was made on December 2005. The applicant was declined by the way of a form letter from the Canadian Embassy in Beijing dated 2006. You have not satisfied me that you have adequate funds available to you to pay for your expenses while in Canada, that you will be able to return to China. You have not satisfied me that you are an intending temporary resident student to Canada as defined by Canada's law. Okay, you have not submitted all the required documentation, proof of funds. This is key here. So the point 1, okay, this happened because of point 3, because they have not submitted proof of funds. Let's see what they missed basically. So the record indicates that on April 2005, maybe after 3-4 months, the applicant's previous legal counsel who filed her case requested a copy of visa officer's computer notes bearing on the first refusal decision. Yeah, so they got the GCMS notes here. The visa officer noted that no proof of funds under parents' name. Okay, because her parents were retired, as we have discussed here, as it mentions here. Yeah, so her parents are retired. Unclear if parents still have income. Only proof of funds on the file is bank statement under the sister's name showing limited savings, approx Canadian dollars 6,000. No other funds. So apparently with the bank statement it's not gonna happen. I'm not sure who was the legal counsel, as it mentioned, who filed her case, and that was so ambivalent, I would say. That was not up to the mark, that the way they submitted the documents, because obviously if you're submitting the document, you have to have the sufficient amount of proofs to claim or substantiate that you or anybody who is funding the education have the capacity to fund the education. In this case, they only submitted the bank statement approximately maybe for 3 to 6 months. So in this case, it's not going to happen. They could have submitted the notice of assessment, okay, which means there's a tax document in Canada. I hope you're aware of that, and that will show that how much total income that you're having per year. Okay, so that's going to happen. You have to submit all those proofs, including an affidavit, also supporting affidavit saying that you are willing to support your sister with the financial means, and this is the saving that you have to present that as well. Okay, so based on the above assessment, the documents on the file, I'm not satisfied that there are sufficient funds available to support the applicant during the authorized period of stay. So this also leads me to have concerns that the applicant is not well stabilized and may not be motivated to depart Canada following their authorized period of stay. Now, why this point came here, I hope you remember her parents are retired and they might not have an income because they did not submit any proof regarding that. You have to have some certain asset proofs, certain income proofs or certain savings in your home country, maybe on the name of your parents or on the name of maybe on your own as well. So this is very important because she did not submit any document pertaining to the income or the assets on their parents' name. So this obviously, how come visa officer will get convinced that only having your parents there, you will go back to, you have to convince the visa officer in a way that you have certain assets on their name, you have a stabilized family over there, so that you are that might motivate you to go back to Canada in case. So in the face of visa refusal, the applicant made a second request for a student visa supplemented by additional information, fine, to establish that she was financially self-sufficient. She did not, however, consider it necessary to provide further information concerning the circumstances of her parents or their establishment in China. The second visa application was for a duration of 1 year program, though Mr. Wang expressed an interest in later pursuing university degree at University of British Columbia. All right, so this is again a contradiction here. Initially she was trying, in her first application she tried for 1 year program, and then in the later application she expressed like she wants to study a university degree at University of British Columbia. So this also contradicts. I'm not sure which program was selected or which degree was selected, but again, if you're very serious about your career, and they're gonna select only a very specialized course or program, which gonna help them to boost their career. But if we are having contradicting approach or any ambivalent kind of feelings here while selecting the application or the program, that's gonna raise suspicions. So applicant's second visa application was again refused. Okay, please note that you have not satisfied me that you are an intending temporary resident to Canada. So again, what happened in the next refusal, this is the GCMS notes of the visa officer. Note the applicant's sister landed that she and her husband intend to support applicant. They currently earn a combined income of approx 44,000 Canadian dollars. So now I guess they have submitted the notice of assessment or other documentation which shows that they're having the gross income per year 44,000 Canadian dollars approx, and they now visa officer in a position to verify and to make a decision that okay, they can now support the applicant in their studies. Fine, completely fine. So the family has submitted no documents to show establishment. Both parents and appear to be retired and PRC. No proof of assets or savings submitted. In this assessment, the visa officer specifically mentioned no proof of assets or savings submitted. So again, in their second application as well, even after referring to the GCMS notes of the first refusal, I am shocked that why the lawyer, immigration lawyer or immigration consultant, why had he not submitted the assets documents? I mean, they must be having some of the assets on their name. There are so many other documents which you can submit which shows that you're having strong ties. It varies case to case, but it's not limited to property and these common things. There are so many other things as well. So that's where I think the experienced immigration lawyer comes into picture, because you have the assessment in front of you and you're again repeating that mistake, and it's not gonna lead you to the promised land. So it is the second visa refusal. The applicant challenged the refusal by judicial review, obviously, and nothing happened. I will just jump to the end now, because a lot of happened. The applicant requested that, or they challenged the decision of the visa officer that they missed some of the factors, blah blah blah. But we will see at the end, nothing happened. The court has dismissed the application. Okay, so the application is dismissed. So if you are a student, if you are applying, and if you are also trying to learn more and more, develop your understanding around this practice, I would request you can proactively ask your consultant or your lawyer and how they are going to plan, and what documents they are going to submit, and ask you to submit. This is very important. You have to show certain assets on your name, savings, which are enough in cases to convince the visa officer that you have ties here, you're gonna come back to Canada, come back to your home country. Yeah, so thank you so much for this. In case of any questions, please comment down below. I will get back to you. We will discuss in detail in case you have a serious questions, because you might have, and in case you find this video useful, you can just share with any of your friends whom you feel might require this, and he or she might can learn from this. So thank you so much for your effort, and have a nice day. Thank you.